Hey friends, I've been doing quite a bit of thinking recently. I obviously posted a little bit of stuff about my life, about past experiences and trauma and things like that I've been through. From an illness perspective, I've obviously had a bit of a mishap in recent days, which is nothing major, but the whole experience of going into hospital and sort of dealing with this situation. It brought up a lot of memories for me of like coping mechanisms that I used through dealing with illness that I've been through in the past. And I always get a lot of positive feedback from people that reach out to me after I post something, whether it be about trauma, whether it be about ways that I cope with trauma that I've been through, certain. So I wanted to start a little bit of a thread, just about going over some different things that I learnt in that situation, because it seems to, as much as I hesitate sometimes to put out some of that information, I get real good feedback and a lot of positive feedback. I still get a lot of positive feedback on my YouTube channel. If you haven't seen that and the process that I went through the whole illness and treatment and everything like that, I'll chuck up a little link here to my YouTube channel. But there's moments through that whole process where I figured out a lot of things in my life needed balance, and what I'm figuring out in when I post things and I tell stories, I think a lot of other people sort of need that balance as well. So I'm going to start a bit of a thread, like I said, of ways that I bring balance to my life and different aspects of it. And now that I've got the time, sorry, stories always cut you off. Now that I've got a little bit of time, because I've got an injury, I've got a few weeks on the sideline, so I've got a couple of hours a day that I'm not training. I'm just going to go through some steps, and it's just basic stuff about achieving basic happiness and sort of balance in your life, as well as sort of healing, recovery from whether it be illness or injury, balance in relationships, for example, how Courtney and I have got through a lot of our issues, even though we've been through some extremely stressful situations, exercise and well-being, balance with that as far as like recovery goes, because obviously I've had a lot of sort of fatigue from my recent years of treatment. So how I balance that, how I've got to a better position that I am physically and mentally than I've ever been before, even after going through something so traumatic that changed my life, including, like I was saying, life management as well, which is a perspective of sort of higher thinking, and not in like, higher thinking of you're putting yourself above other people, but being able to remove yourself from your situation and the stress that you're in and look at your life as if it was a project or it was a management plan of some type, and figure yourself out like you're a chess piece to sort of solve problems and move forward in life, rather than stress getting better of you. Because if there's anything I know about stress, it made me really sick. I know it makes a lot of other people really sick and still does. I know people going through some stuff that aren't dealing with their stress too well. So any information that I can sort of offer on that and help someone else, that's sort of my main goal, to getting these sort of steps and pieces of information out there. And there's no method to it yet. Like, I'm just sort of putting this out there because I know it's improved my life a lot through some pretty sort of how I moved through those horrible times. So, like I was saying, getting that perspective of higher thinking and moving yourself through those stressful, horrible times. And I'm just going to put this out. Like I said, there's no method to it. I'm just going to put this out there because it's stuff that I feel like I just need to get off my chest, that I feel like maybe other people could benefit from. If you don't think you can benefit from it and you don't need it, don't listen. I don't really care. It's just about, having good balance in your life, and balance also brings great objectivity to your life and your opinions and your passions as well, and getting along with people socially. I'm not saying you can't be 100% all in on something, because that's a really good thing to do, but having objective opinions about everything you learn and everything you hear and everything you teach is a really valuable lesson to have in life, because it helps you really move forward. If you don't like watching people that talk with their hands a lot, I'm not the right person to talk to, because I never know what to do with my hands, and now I've only got one to move around, so it's even worse. One moves around a lot more than what it should. Anyway, If you want to know a little bit more about my story, like I said, I'll link the YouTube channel in there. You can watch it or not. It's a little maybe educational but depressive. It's probably more for people that are going through like a cancer treatment that want to know what they're going to expect and all the things they have to go through. But what I'll also do is I've been on a couple of podcasts, one called, I'll tag in here, the 2 Feet Foundation, which is about trauma and trauma recovery, where a friend David Lloyd, it's a great podcast to listen to if you've been through some stuff, even if you haven't. And the other one is the Leukemia Foundation, have done a podcast with me called Talking Blood Cancer, just a little bit about my journey, what we went through. So guys, if you want to watch more and you like what I'm putting out, please let me know. If you don't, please... Sorry, I got cut off again. If you don't like the content coming out, that's completely fine. You can just bypass it, unfollow, whatever you want. Even if you've got a negative opinion, you can throw that my way as well. Like I said, I'm very objective about everything, and I like to grow and learn, and I like to know what people like and what they don't like. And this is, like I said, it's purely for me to just get this information off my chest, because like I said, the other night I've gone through a bit of an injury. I was going through just thinking about my coping mechanisms I had to move forward, because I'm in such a good place at the moment. I'm in such a happy place, better than I've ever been. And, hurting myself got me down a little bit, and I was like, I've gone back to all those steps that I used in the past, and they're really effective. So if it can be effective for somebody else, that's going to be absolutely fantastic. So if you want to, stay tuned. If not, still love you anyway. Peace out, guys.